Hello.
Welcome to Really Speaking.
Welcome back. It's been a minute, right? We're back though. Just had to take a little hiatus, but we're here. Really Speaking. I'm NY Tasha.
I'm Demi J.
And let's get right into it. What's our topic gonna be today? We don't even need to spin the wheel.
Oh, it's in our background.
Yes, we only got one topic. We are here to talk about none other than what everybody's been talking about: the Love Island reunion.
Yes.
What?
And the things that come out of it.
And some things have come out of it. Mm-hmm. I don't even know where to start. For one, I don't even remember how it started. I remember like sporadically things that happened.
They started off with the Final Four coming out.
That's right.
And discussing the winners, Amaya and Bryan. Actually, it was pretty boring to like
it was.
Yeah,
it started came out really. Yeah, they're like talking about the whole Final Four. It was just like we're here.
Yeah,
and they were just there, and I can't even remember what happened. I forgot twice that Pepe and I forgot her Iris were there, and then of course Amaya and Bryan because they were the final. I mean, they were the winners. Mm-hmm. I don't even remember what they said. Like I don't remember what questions were asked. But I remember when they started asking questions to Jeremiah, Austin, and especially Ace in Nicolandria and Shelly and Huda. Now, those were the most memorable moments to me.
Yeah.
And some of the things that came out after. Look at this. Look at those faces. Look. Ooh. All of those aren't even from the reunion, are they?
Yeah, these are the reunion pictures. You see there on the couches.
Oh, yeah. Why is she not on the couch?
She is.
Oh,
they just zoomed into her face. And remember, she got her hair up like that. I remember it because nobody like that hairstyle.
They were fully dressed. That should have been another indication that it was a reunion. Yeah. They didn't have on like bikinis and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I couldn't get everybody. It was like, 24 people on the stage at once? So, yeah.
There's no way to get you see a lot of everybody. People. Yeah, the best part to me were the comments they were making when they were like backstage or whatever. Like, and they were like, like kind of cut to them. The people making the comments in the back, they kind of like, ooh, okay, it's good. But the way that they talked about what they were going to say in the reunion, like, no, you'll find out in the reunion, all the way leading up to it, the people didn't come through like we thought they would at the reunion. Like, we thought this was about to be tea.
So, apparently, the winners are no longer together.
Ooh.
It's very tiny. But it says,
was they right? That was quick.
Yeah, it says, My papayas, Bryan and I are no longer together. After leaving the villa, it became very clear to me that we were on two different journeys. Our visions didn't align, and our relationships are supposed to be a team sport. You don't have to drink the whole sea to know it's salty.
Ooh, salty. All love here, and I truly wish him the best. Amaya Papaya. Okay. That is so cute.
And then he said, same thing as many of you already know. Amaya and I had decided to go our separate ways. Unfortunately, we were not on the same page, and that is okay. We both gained clarity that we are on different paths right now, and I'm thankful for the time we have spent together, and I wish her nothing but the best moving forward.
All right, so I mean, I guess it's okay that they're not together. I don't think it didn't seem like it was about to be this big thing anyway. Yeah, they clicked well. They did a good job together, and they won, and they shared the money, which they should have. And Amaya was very interesting. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were just together afterwards until because they seem like they waited to the reunion to say after the reunion to say they weren't together anymore. Mm-hmm. I think they've been not together. That's why she didn't care about that thing that happened where they were accusing him of cheating on her.
Oh,
she right. Doing her okay, we're not even together because she was always emotional about everything else that everybody did during the villa, but now she's just okay, whatever to everything. So it seems like she got what she wanted out of the situation already. So yeah.
Yeah, there was a moment where they did they were starting to say they think he cheated on her, and then nobody seemed to care a day later.
Right. Yeah, she didn't
even respond at all. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's them. Then I think there's some questions about whether or not Taylor and Clark were still together.
Oh, really?
I mean, they asked. You know how they just talk. You're
Talking about on the reunion they asked.
Yeah, on the reunion they just asked, and they were right. They were like, whatever version of together they are. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and even on, I know we mentioned like Ace interview, he even said, yeah, he's one of the, other than him and Shelby, they're only the one of the only real couples to come out of the show.
Yeah, the Ace interview, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did feel like they were a real couple. Interesting that he said they were one of the only real couples to come out of the show. But well, since we're talking about Ace, let's get on Ace, because they wouldn't leave Ace alone for like a good few minutes on the interview. I mean, on the reunion. Like it was just like, again, were you the ringleader? And then here's the thing about Ace and the ringleader thing. It's like some of them are like, yeah, some of them are like, no. But it seems like the main person calling the ringleader was Austin, and then Austin wouldn't stand on business. Basically, he wouldn't like own up to it. He's just like, he didn't really answer the question.
Yeah, he said, I believe I didn't say ringleader. And then Ace was like, yeah, you said little ringleader.
And trust me, anybody call you little anything, that's shade. So he shaded him and called him the ringleader in the same phrase. Like, the little ringleader. Ace. Anyway, I don't know. We've asked and answered this question before: is Ace the ringleader? Or was Ace the ringleader, or was he leading? But I don't know. That it looks like, based on everything that has happened so far, everything everybody has said, the post interviews, it's starting to look like not only did we not see everything, but it looks like the way it was edited, it was spun to make Ace look like the ringleader. Because even like there's a lot of stuff that Ace will say that happened, but they'll only cut to the one part that shows him being the leader. But a lot of stuff happened in between. But I don't know, that's just my
What do you mean that Ace will say that happened?
Like Ace, like for one, and this is going back to the interview, like Ace is saying, we're going to have to get to the interview soon too, by the way. But he's saying that when they chose to kick Jeremiah off, that they went back and forth, like, what about this person? And this person has done this. And what about Austin? And what about this person? And eventually when the show airs, it only shows Ace going, well, I think Jeremiah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it starts at that. Like, he's like, oh, I think we should, kick Jeremiah off or whatever. And even but there was a whole conversation before that with everybody in it.
Yeah, because I remember he said that about the Amaya situation. It was like they would be having an intense conversation, and then it would cut to the scene with her crying. So it looks like she's crying about that situation.
Right, yeah. And you have to edit stuff to make it look interesting. And you have to keep people coming back and wanting to see what happened. I want to see why she's crying. Why did he make her cry? So I'm going to have to watch the next episode. You got to leave those cliffhangers. So it's fair game. I'm sure they know that the show is going to be edited. And it's not like those things didn't happen. It probably just didn't. It didn't show in a way that would make you interpret it properly.
Yes.
That's the best way I could put it. But and so they all have to come back and like fight for what they stand on. And like, especially Shelly, and she's just like, it's making it look, Shelly's like, it looks like she basically overreacted to Huda in certain situations, which even I felt like that. I felt definitely that Shelly might have been overreacting in a way to the heart rate challenge.
Yeah,
for one, I think Huda never should have did it. Don't get me wrong. That heart rate challenge should not have went that way. But in the reunion, we saw even more of what actually happened, and I'm like, whoa, I would have been mad. Like, I mean, I know it's a challenge or whatever.
I honestly don't get some of that. But that's a whole other thing.
But I mean, you can say it, but I was about to say Shelly didn't have to go so hard on her reaction.
Yeah.
Like, she could have been mad. She could have been like, I don't like it or whatever. But so she was like really mad.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of stuff that she was mad about with Huda, I'm guessing it was more of the girl thing that she was mad about with Huda, not actually what was going on.
Yeah, I don't think she was like, nobody should have ever touched Ace, and that's just it. And I think it's like specifically Huda, as my friend, as somebody who you wanted me to be a certain way with your man Jeremiah when he was your man. How would you not be that same way towards me, my man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was her thing.
Oh, speaking of Huda's man, she said on the reunion she has a new one.
Well, yeah, and she said she can't really speak on it like that because of Netflix.
But I don't work for Netflix or Peacock, so I could talk about.
I don't work for Netflix or Peacock either. And I'm like, why? Who? What? And then it gives. She has a Netflix show, right? Because it's like, oh, what you doing on Netflix that you can't talk about you in a relationship with?
Yeah.
But I believe it's the opposite. I think he is on Netflix, whoever she supposedly is in a relationship.
Yeah, I think it could be either one.
I'm just going to lean towards him. Maybe she's working on it, or maybe she could do some PR to probably go, not PR, but I guess her management to get her into a Netflix show. But I think the reason why she can't talk about it due to Netflix is because Netflix has something going on with the person she can't talk about.
Well, even though they're not talking about it, she was kind of caught out with the person.
She popped out. She still popped. She popped out with somebody. Yeah. And here's where we get it, because don't we have a close-up of who this is?
We have them in another picture, but this is the closest you could get. But if you really could,
I don't think kind of like looking a little incognito right there.
Yeah, this is the first picture they popped out with. Well, not popped out with, but it's the picture they got caught with. They weren't.
Yeah, you're right. I guess they're not popping out. They just did.
So, but like even in this picture, you really could tell just by the size who it is.
Yes. And then he looks directly at whoever is taking the picture. Like
so he wasn't even. He was trying to hide less than her.
Unless he wanted to like stop them. Sometimes be like, what's happening over there? Maybe he just didn't realize he was looking directly into a camera. But
yeah, I wonder where they were till that happened. But anyways,
there's another picture with like they're like some type of maybe screening or something.
It was at a movie premiere that he was in.
Oh, so he's in a movie.
He was in.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, because I know who it is, it was easy to tell. But I was like, I probably wouldn't have been able to glance at that and just, oh, there it is. I can definitely see who that is right now. His hair is different.
I didn't know who he was. Oh, no, so I still don't know who that is.
You still don't know who that is?
I mean, I know who it is now, but I still didn't know who it was when I saw this picture, other than he was somebody that was apparently the person on the show on Netflix. But
well, he's on more than one show. Okay, so his name is Louis?
Shoot, I forgot his name already.
Anyway, he was on the one with the one, oh gosh, not Temptation Island, the other one.
Perfect Match.
No, well, but there's another one he was on before that. The one that's like Temptation Island. Too Hot to Handle. And that's already finished recorded. So that's already finished, and we already know the results of that. So I doubt that it has to do with that. But Perfect Match is still kind of like going on Netflix, so I can see, and he's on that. And of course, with Perfect Match, I don't think we've gotten the results yet. At least I don't think it's finished. I think it's still mid-season, or at least at the time they were filming the reunion, it's still the final season hasn't been out. I haven't checked recently, so I don't know. I mean, the final episodes haven't been out. But of course, you on Perfect Match, they don't want you to know who. I got something to say about that too, but they don't want you to know who wins because you have to watch it and you have to keep going to watch the win. Even though I feel like we kind of know some of the results because there's a couple on there who we already know is a couple from Love Is Blind.
Well, I guess they would have had to watch Love Is Blind, though.
Which is weird. Well, not really. Well, okay, let's put it this way. If you did watch Love Is Blind, you would probably know that those people are a couple because it's from two different seasons of Love Is Blind. It's actually from two different Love Is Blinds. One is Love Is Blind US, and one is Love Is Blind UK. Uh-huh. And both of them are from two different shows. Love Is Blind. Either way, it's still Love Is Blind. I don't know, seasons, countries, I guess. Anyway, those two are together, and we know they're together. But then Perfect Match comes out, and they're on there trying to find somebody, and it goes back to when they first meet. It's so weird. Anyway, because with Perfect Match, it's not like Love Island where it's happening in real time. With Perfect Match, it's pre-recorded, and then you just got to keep the secrets all the way up until it airs, like Love Is Blind and some other shows. Am I making sense?
Yeah, you do a lot of hand gestures.
I know. I'm using my hands to try and dig up the words to make it make sense. I know it sounds crazy. Anyway, so I said a lot and I did a lot of movement. Now I'm hot. Long story short, Perfect Match doesn't like you to know the answer to who wins or who becomes a couple or whatever. So if this is what we think it is, where Huda is with Louis, then we know that Louis is not with whoever was in Perfect Match.
And then, yeah, it very much looks like this is who she may be with. It's like, it's not hiding at this point.
Right. Yes. I mean, like, they're smiling for this picture. They're looking dead into the camera and posing.
Side by side.
Side by side.
Like, that's his guest to the premiere or whatever it is.
I mean, they're not holding hands or anything. And, you can go to a premiere with somebody, because for all we know, this is where they met. You can go up to somebody I admire you and take a picture.
If they didn't get caught first with that other picture.
Yeah, I guess the other thing is, right. We don't know which picture was taken first, though, do we?
Yeah, the other one was taken first.
Okay. How do we know that?
Because when that first picture came out, this wasn't even a thing yet.
Oh, okay.
It was like a thing that was out before.
So you don't think somebody just went and dug this picture up?
Well, this is a premiere, so this ain't something to dig up. This is Huda. Huda was trending the whole time.
Oh, so it was at that premiere. So on the day of the premiere is when this picture came out.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was about to say, you can go up to somebody you're a fan of and be like, "Ooh, let's take a picture."
Yeah.
And that could be that.
This is a photo shoot. This is definitely not a fan picture.
Is it a photo shoot though?
It's a premiere shoot, not a photo shoot.
Oh,
it's the carpet for the premiere of the show.
Yeah, so it's the red carpet. Okay, and then so you said he's in the show or the movie or whatever it is. Okay, what's it called?
Weapons. It's some type of horror film or whatever.
Okay, so he's a little actor now, huh?
No, apparently before he was a former boxer and
a model.
Yeah.
I guess he was always trying to get into acting. Maybe. Or maybe it was just a good idea for him to get into acting after all the other things he did, which, it's the right path. You start off on TV shows that are like reality shows, and then eventually you get recognized, you get brand deals, you get, and eventually you become what you really wanted to be in the first place, famous or whatever. So he looks like he's on the right path. He, I don't know what they're going to do with each other. This isn't, if they are together, this would be an interesting couple. I would love to see how this pans out.
I think this is, if they do pop out, I think this is a couple for attention. I would say
attention,
probably,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they don't mind this camera being on them right now.
Yeah.
And then he looks like he's still modeling.
Yeah.
She actually they both look like they're modeling. Both look like they're posing.
Yeah, they're going to be beneficial to each other.
But in the other picture, it looked like they were like on a date or something. It looked like they were spending time. So
yeah.
It could be real. You never know. Either way, it's still going to be beneficial no matter what. Both of them can be beneficial to each other. But I think if we go by how he is in the shows, he does have wandering eyes, hands, and all types of stuff. But I think he does deal good with emotional people. So it could work. She can be emotional. Anyway, I don't want to dwell on them forever. This is just an interesting piece of the story, but I guess we'll find out if that's who she's actually dating. We'll find out at some point.
Okay.
Who else do we have to? Let's get into Jeremiah then, since we were doing.
And he's going to be a topic.
Well, no, I mean the whole reunion is a topic, so we might as well just bring it up. And it was basically just a matter of, should Jeremiah have left when he left? Was he love bombing, or was he doing too much, or just trying to hurry up and get a couple so he could try to win? Or what was the thing they said Ace called them doing?
Love bombing.
It was love bombing. I thought Ace said something else, like he was being fake or something. But anyway,
he used the word love bombing though.
Oh, okay. So with that, he tried to explain himself a little bit, but he seems like he did learn. Jeremiah seems like he did learn a little bit from his experience, and he did seem like maybe he was doing too much or whatever. I couldn't tell how he felt now about Ace, but Ace seems to be cool with him.
Well, on the reunion, remember, Ace kind of like apologized, I would say, to him, and then that was pretty much the end of that.
Yeah, Ace seems like he's cool with him, and he seems like he doesn't have any beef. Right. I didn't see any like animosity from Jeremiah actually.
Yeah,
towards anybody, but he did feel like he did seem to not be very pleased with Huda.
Yeah, right. I don't think anybody was pleased with Huda.
I don't know, because it was like,
because she just didn't have nothing to say good about anybody from the show. So
all right,
yeah, that's what was bad.
I did skip over something you want to talk about, because we were talking about the heart rate challenge, and you said you wanted to have something to say about it, but I didn't let you say anything. So what were you going to say?
It is irrelevant. Only with
irrelevant
apply because
now?
it was literally about something she did in the challenge. So
In
it
the
wouldn't even
challenge.
make sense to bring it up now.
Okay. So either what it wasn't nothing that serious because did I say it?
No.
Okay. You don't have any opinion?
I was pretty much just saying like, yeah, Shelly was a little hypocritical, but then I was saying, then I went to the point of like, oh, it was the Huda friendship because I was thinking at first she was mad about what was done, but I feel like on the vice versa, Chris was kind of do similar stuff to her, which was the extra stuff they ended up showing.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, and when they showed the extra stuff, it was a lot. Like, it was like something we didn't see at first in the original airing of the show when they showed like the clips that they didn't air, and it was I want to say what Huda did was a lot, and it's not even something I would do to my friend's boy, and then even playing.
And then Shelly even explained why she was so mad about it on the show. She said it was because she was promoting the girls thing, and now I just lost what I was about to say about
the whole girls thing. Yeah.
No, it was something else about it too. It was she never expressed any interest in Ace the whole time she was there. So if she would have at least known she had interest in Ace, it wouldn't have been as shocking to her that she did something like that.
Oh, yeah. She was interested in Chris though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She definitely did. So then that was another little issue that Shelly had with Huda that had to do with in the reunion that had to do with their little dynamic. So she's basically saying like Huda made it seem like she was bringing Chris back mainly for Shelly, but she was like maybe Huda said she'll try too. Okay,
this is where it gets a little bit tricky for me based on the extra footage that they shown. It seemed very clear, even though Shelly wasn't acting like it wasn't clear what was being said. It seemed like Huda was kind of being clear about it with the poem. It was even expressed over and over again what the idea behind it was.
So, and that's true. And then it gets back to where Shelly says you're still not seeing all of the clips. Like I don't know what we didn't see.
Yeah, right.
But if you go by what we did see, Huda was like, I'm going to explore him too. But she was just like, yeah, I mean, like you get to explore him more, and then I get to explore him too. Like,
just it only needs to be said one time. So I'll even say seeing more clips wouldn't even matter because what are you going to just forget that she said it this time? I don't get it.
Well, the only way I could see it being differently is if what Shelly was saying was like Huda kept making it seem like it was about her, and if Shelly kept pushing the issue like, no, I think it's about you too, and then eventually she admits it, because she's basically saying she started off saying it was about me, about Shelly, and then she was like, that's what she came off.
And then even in that conversation, she wasn't even expressing how she felt about it. She was just like, oh, okay, like it was just like she wasn't even paying attention to what was being said. It was like, obviously, right. So then that still would feel the same way, even if all that was the case.
But and then it brings me back to overreacting. All right, so then that, like I was saying, this takes me back to the whole idea of overreacting.
Overreacting on whose part?
Shelly,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Shelly is wrong for having her feelings. She has a right. Your feelings are valid. She should feel how she feels. If she felt, I don't even know if it was a misunderstanding or misinterpretation or whatever it is. If she felt like whatever Huda was saying to her made it seem like it was about bringing Chris back for Shelly, her feelings are still valid to where she, she's like, I thought you were bringing him back for me, but then you made it all about you. But it doesn't have to be made into this whole big thing where it's still carrying out now. And, it's just like one of the things like, oh, this is what I thought. And now I know that that's not what it is, and it could have been left at that. I would just say that. But I'm not saying her feelings are invalid, because even if somebody tells you one thing one time and tells you something else all the rest of the time, you still might only remember that one time. Go ahead.
Another thing I would say, when they were playing that clip back of Shelly and this conversation, Jeremiah's face was just like so shocked at everything he was hearing.
I didn't see Jeremiah's face. Yeah. I wish we had a still image of Jeremiah's face. I don't remember it. Yeah. But like every time they would cut to like the people who were watching, like everybody would just be like it was just their reactions were so interesting, because it gives us watching it more perspective on how they feel. They're there. They went through all of it. They seen everything that's happening. So seeing their reaction is just like, oh, maybe it's not what I thought it was.
Oh, and one more thing about Huda. I did like, even though she didn't address most stuff, she did address the Jeremiah thing, calling him the B word and stuff, and saying that she was wrong for that. So that was one good thing she realized.
I love it when people take accountability. You know, they always accusing us women as not taking accountability, but that was good that she took accountability.
Yeah.
And I noticed a few people were taking accountability and apologizing, including Ace and some of them. You know, I didn't see Austin apologize for nothing.
Austin didn't even know. He wasn't even there, but he was there, but his head was somewhere else.
Austin, yeah, he was, I don't know what to call it.
And then I don't think he thought he was wrong in any of his situations.
He probably didn't. I don't think he was really paying attention. I think he just went to show up and ready to leave. He seemed like he didn't even want to engage.
These are some very beautiful dresses. One more person that's a brief mention is Coco. I was like, oh my gosh. She was kind of nice on the show.
Yeah, I thought she was so cool on the show. And then after we found out like Nicolandria and oh gosh. Taylor and Shelly. Didn't Shelly have some little issues with Coco
yes. She said that they were standoffish, but she was mainly talking about Nicolandria. Because remember when they got kicked off, Nicolandria had to be with the House of Girls.
Oh, what did she say about Taylor?
No, I thought that's what you meant to say.
Oh no. Okay, no. I was thinking but Nicolandria kept saying like, yeah, nah, Coco ain't it. She was not feeling Coco at all.
I was gonna say, Taylor was Coco's one of Coco's interests before
Ace.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All of that.
But yeah, that was just a bit. I don't know what all the animosity was coming from towards them. It didn't seem like a big deal, but I guess to her it was. I guess that was one of her main experiences there, because her whole experience there was cut once Ace cut her.
Yeah, she's going
back to the Shelly. So what else would there have been to talk about with her?
Right, all of them. What did they call that little part when all
Casa,
the whole Casa crew was kind of gone except for Chris.
Brian
and, Chris, Brian, and
a little Clark. Bit of it was a couple ones that had a little bit of a stay afterwards, but not too much. It was just all the girls that was connected to Austin, I want to say.
Yeah, most of them didn't have much to say individually. It's kind of like most like a collective feeling. Yeah. And then Zach, one of the Zachs was like joined.
He was virtual. Zach was with Amaya for a bit, but he ended up picking somebody else.
He ended up leaving for
well, eventually, but before that, while he was initially
I think he was looking at
Nicolandria. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And then
oh wait, you're right. He didn't pick Nicolandria, ended up picking Amaya. To go back, but then when him and Amaya started trying to talk, it was going bad.
But Amaya was like she could tell that wasn't gonna work out.
Right, yeah, exactly. But he's just like, he was real supportive of everybody, so he was kind of not much to talk about
he was
there.
There for clout.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't care when they asked him about it. Like, so what if I'm here for clout?
He's like, it is what it is. I ain't there no more. I'm on video. Like, I'm not even there right now. Like, I moved on. Catch me on something else. Like, I don't know where Zach might pop up on something else. You never know.
I forgot about Charlie. He was one of the first people to come back out too when the Charlie. Backstage area. I forgot about him until we saw the reunion again.
Yeah. Then there was questions about well, I'm gonna get on this and then we're gonna go to the last thing because it's something about Nicolandria. But there were questions about whether Nicolandria was real.
Oh, real is a perspective. Because what do you mean by real? Like really in love? They never pretended to be really in love. So,
well, like really even interested in a romantic relationship, like really even interested in being in each other, or pursuing each other like that in general, like, or if they just like, you know, we're here, people like us, let's just keep this going for the moment, let's just hang on to the momentum.
Yeah, but I feel like it would have played out like that regardless. But I'm gonna say why. Ever since Sierra was gone.
Ever since Sierra was gone,
right? Because it's not like he never had any interest in Nicolandria. They were kissing on the first day they met, so it's not like, oh, I'm not attracted to Nicolandria. So I think that might be one thing that's like, I don't know. It did happen to be like, it's some produced stuff, like how they ended up having to be together after they both got eliminated. So that part probably made everything a little bit weird between them, because then it seems forced by either them or production. But I just think that either way, I don't think there's nothing. They're not being malicious about it or disgusting, because they're not acting like they're so in love with each other, and they're not like. I just don't know. I just don't feel like they're being fake with each other.
Yeah, because they're not saying like, "Oh, we're gonna be together or we're pursuing a relationship." They're just kind of like hanging out with each other, doing their commercials or their ads or whatever they're doing, showing up in interviews, doing whatever, being around each other. But they're not really saying, "Oh, we're together, we're a couple." Yeah. They just kind of I feel like they just riding the wave.
Yeah,
as I said, just like hanging on to the momentum. But, I don't think that they are really, I personally don't think they are really interested in pursuing anything.
And clearly the fans don't really want a love story, or else they wouldn't have eliminated Shelly and Ace. I don't know what they just want.
They got bored with Shelly and Ace. They was like, that was too easy now.
Right, yeah.
Y'all can't be in real love. Like this. That's what it felt like to me. Like, if y'all gonna be a real couple up on Love Island, we're not gonna do that. We need some controversy. Get out. Yeah. I mean, I guess both of them had a little controversy because of course, Ace was the ringleader. Seemed like he was against Jeremiah.
Ace pretty much had a lot of separate controversy, but nothing was really with each other. Too much. That wasn't normal relationship stuff.
I'm still gonna say when they eliminated them at that one episode, I was in shock. I was like, of all people to eliminate, it's like the one actual real connection.
So I'm guessing it's because of the speculation that they actually do each other.
Yeah, they did know each other. It wasn't speculation. They admitted they knew each other.
I mean, that they were in. Some people thought that went as far as them being in a relationship on them, but he was just commenting on her stuff, stuff.
And they was showing that like it was like posts from like 3 years ago. But he said that he just went back to posts from 3 years ago and then like commented or liked it or whatever it was.
Yeah, all these fake investigators thinking they got an answer to something.
People think they figured everything out. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so that's that. But he did say I don't remember if he said on a reunion or if this is an interview. He said he wasn't sure about how real their relationship was.
Nicolandria. That was the most shocking part from the his little interview.
That was the interview. So he didn't say that at the reunion.
No, they were right by each other in the interview. Remember, even Nick even said, "I just agree with whatever Ace says" at the reunion.
I didn't remember that. So Nick actually agreed with whatever Ace said at the reunion.
It was a joke. Somebody like Austin was coming at something Ace was saying, and it was like, well, then the host was like, well, Nick, what do you think of this? He was like, I just agree with whatever Ace says, and everybody laughed. So
he was joking. You're right.
Yeah.
Because Ace is the ringleader.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So definitely nothing about that was mentioned. That would have been a viral part if that was mentioned at the reunion.
But what was the viral part?
That would have been that instead of it being viral from his interview with Speedy. That would have been a viral about.
It was a part that really stood out, and it would kind of like make me sad a little bit about the reunion. Was Nicolandria and Shelly kind of addressing Huda about her fans being racist towards them on her platform, and Huda not really replying. Or not really like taking up, and then she's supposed to be Nicolandria's friend, and Nicolandria seemed really hurt. She almost started crying, like she just like felt really hurt. Like, if you're supposed to be my friend, why would you not shut this down? Mm-hmm. And these are your fans saying these things about me, me, whatever. But I guess she was kind of both of their friends, but it felt maybe she was closer to Nicolandria, so they were just both hurt. It seemed like it was bad. I didn't like that. I feel like you should, if it's your fans, you should shut them down.
Yes, because remember, right after the villa, I don't know if you know about this, they were all staying in this little Airbnb together. Mm-hmm. They said they stayed there for however long. It was just like half the cast or whatever. But it was like Huda, Nicolandria, Ace and Shelly, Taylor, and whoever else was in that little place. Mm-hmm. And so that was like they were pretty much chilling together, like they were all still friends after the show.
Right. Everybody was in the same house, they said anyway.
Yeah, that's what I said the same thing. But also they were doing like little TikToks together.
Oh yeah, right.
So it wasn't just
so like you were still being friends even though you knew your people were saying this about her. Like,
right.
That part I really can't get with. Now I see we got Ace up there, so I guess we're about to go straight into the Ace. Ace said the same thing. Like Ace said in his interview that Huda was the type of person who would defend herself when people said things about her that she didn't agree with. She would like jump right in and be like, "Oh, it's not like that." So he's like, she has the capacity to jump on it and be like, "It's not like that," but she didn't do that for Alandria and Alandria. Oh gosh, I don't know why I can't never get her name. Shelly. Yeah. But so that's one part. But Ace, let's get into Ace's interview with, what is this guy's name?
Speedy. I just know him as Speedy. Yeah. Actually, this is my first time really being introduced to him like that. But apparently, everybody else knew about him as an viewer.
Oh, as an interviewer? Mm-hmm. Is Speedy the one who was? I feel like he was with somebody else's interview, but I won't.
I have no idea.
I'll never remember who it was. But I feel like he came up in some other like viral interview before, but maybe not
related to Love Island or something.
No, okay. Another celebrity.
Yeah.
Well, influencer or something like that. Anyway, so Ace is, he's actually answering the question. Well, he answers most of the question. Mm-hmm. They do get to one question, and he does not answer that question. Like, so he answers pretty much all the stuff. Who are you friends with? Who do you think is real? What relationship is no, not relationship. Well, whose relationship do you think is real? Who's still your friend now? And just all of that stuff. What happened? But they asked him a question about whether or not he thinks Nicolandria is a real couple.
Yeah.
And he was just quiet for a minute. He was quiet for a little moment. Mm-hmm. And then
he even had to repeat the question again. Yeah. Like, was that your answer?
Right.
They just said the same thing again.
I'm assuming that's an answer. And he's like, based on your answer to that question, I'm assuming that your silence is because of like something like your loyalty towards Alandria, or how you feel about Alandria, or how close you are. And then he basically he says it like he is close to Alandria. He doesn't feel anything negative towards her. He thinks she's a good person. She's great. And they're still friends or whatever. And I guess he's basically saying he wouldn't say anything bad about her or whatever. So what happens when you don't say anything bad? You just don't say anything at all, right? Uh-huh. So maybe if they would have been like, do you think Nick is being fake? Maybe you'd have been like, yeah. Uh-huh. And then they would have been like, do you think Alandria is being fake? He probably would have been like, no. Or maybe just silent. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Who knows how it would have went if the question would have been answered differently. Yes. But then they asked him if he regrets being on the show. And he kind of said yes. Well, he said definitely, except for the part with Shelly.
Yeah. But back to that other part with Nicolandria being fake. I heard him say this. Talk about them. I had mixed feelings about it because the last I remember after the reunion, him and Nick were still best friends, and Shelly and Nicolandria are like best friends, and they're like a whole friend group. But what was I gonna say?
Well, you said he was still friends with Nick, and he was still friends with Nicolandria.
Right. So it was like, so when he first came out, I was like, it's kind of weird to just say that you feel that about your best friend. But then he turned around, and I don't know if he said it in this interview, but at some points expressed why he felt that way. But he pretty much felt like Nick didn't have that type of he wasn't defending him during the reunion, I guess.
He felt like Nick wasn't keeping that same energy in public as he was when they were private. Because he was like, the way he acted, the way he was supportive of him in private, he didn't seem to be doing that when he did his interviews or when he came out and was doing on public platforms. He wasn't really like holding him down like a friend would. He was just like, he would never do that. And he basically was like, he don't respect that. He don't, he's basically that he don't respect that energy. And Nick, it seemed like he was saying Nick was different in interviews than he was in person.
Yes.
Towards Ace.
Yes. And you know what I think a little bit is with all the cast pretty much? It's like everybody is thinking about, now that the show is over and they're getting all this attention, they're thinking about their personal brand first. So what benefits, like really with Huda, what benefits my brand? Does it even benefit my brand to care about the Landry stuff? Or does it benefit me more to act like these people are good to be my fans, to keep them as fans? Pretty much. So I think that might be a lot of what's going on after the show to make people move kind of weird. But
sometimes you gotta be like that though. But not saying it's right, but sometimes you have to like take care of your brand. Like I'm gonna say, when it comes to Nick and Nicolandria, they are doing exactly what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Because they need to, they need to get their brand rolling or whatever. And if keeping the attention from their fans is by them just popping out together all the time, or being in ads together, or taking pictures together.
The tweet, I forgot.
Yeah, what they're doing is right. Now I would say with the brand thing with Huda, I can't support that, because even though you have a brand, if your brand is creating racist fans, then you might want to fix that. So I would say that that's not right. I feel like Amaya and Bryan, they just doing what they're supposed to be doing. Taylor and Clark are just kind of being quiet for the most part. They're not shaking up or stirring up nothing.
Yeah, they're doing good after
They're just kind of chilling. Are there any other couples? Everybody else kind of just went about their business, right?
I don't think so.
That was it for the couples. Nobody else really matters, I would say, when it comes to couples.
The only other thing I would say is probably a potential couple, or they said, what is the show they have after Love Island when they have the people come up? It's another one besides the games.
After Sun?
No, After Sun is the episodes that are.
So what are you talking about? Not a reunion, not After Sun, not the games.
It's a whole nother show. It's called. Let me see. I don't have to Google it. Beyond the Villa. That's what it's called.
Okay.
So on those type of shows, usually some people couple up again, but actually, you're right. I'm talking about Love Island games. So now we be talking about that show. Love Island games. I think some of the cast were mentioning that they'll probably be seen again, and so I'm thinking that's what they mean. Or the host even said it was for Love Island games. So I'm not sure now.
What do you even do on Love Island games?
You do. It's
challenges? It's like all challenges or something?
It's the same thing with the coupling and stuff, except there's more focus on the games, and the games get more intense and stuff. Like on one, I think I was watching, you had to swim in this tank and stuff like that. You got to go through this whole obstacle course.
So do they mix like cast members from different seasons?
Yes, UK and US too as well.
Oh, okay.
They mix the UK and UK cast. So that was funny too. So it was a bunch of UK accents and a bunch of US accents and stuff.
Oh yeah, that sounds like
that
fun.
was real interesting. So
you know, Pepe had an accent. Was it Pepe who had an accent?
Pepe didn't.
Not Pepe. It was one of those other guys. It was one of those other
guys. That was Charlie.
Charlie, yeah, he had an accent. Why was I thinking Pepe? All right.
But what was I gonna say?
You were talking about Love Island games and what they do.
Right, yeah. So one person that looked like they said they might be on it was Chris. The way he was acting too, and I think he expressed the interest in
Coco.
No,
somebody else
we both like. What is her name?
It wasn't Coco. Oh, Adriana.
Andrina. Yes, yeah.
I can never get that right. Andrina. Okay,
yes.
okay,
yeah.
Oh, cool. They would make a cute couple.
Yeah.
Let's see how they both kind of were like she was a girl's girl. He was like a cool guy, and neither one of them really wanted the drama. So it seemed like they would kind of like work out each other. Let's see how that works. It would be nice to see them too, like, you know, because both of them didn't deserve to be in all that mix. All the mix they got into, they didn't need to be in that. They both kind of needed. They should have came earlier so they had a chance.
Yeah, they
might have had a chance if they both came at the beginning with each other. But both of them came after the drama, and it was a mess. And she basically had to go home because of their loyalty to somebody else in some other drama. So
yeah, they say Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor, because everybody had to show their loyalty to Taylor. So Adrina just kind of got.
Well, they were kind of split up between different people for the most part. But yeah, a lot of people stood behind Taylor. A lot of women did stand behind Andrina, though.
Andrina. I can't remember how to pronounce it, but people did stand behind her. But wasn't it her friend? Wasn't it Alondria who walked by her and went and stood behind Taylor?
No, Alondria walked behind her and stood behind
Austin. Oh yeah, that's right. That is right. But I feel like
that was crazy.
If Alondria would have stood behind her, it might have had the balance might have been better. Or whatever.
Yeah, but he still would have had the majority. Then it would have been like 4-5 or whatever.
Yeah. Either way, the thing is, the whole Taylor thing. She basically was a there's a word for when you end up just becoming the person who gets the bad end of it because the other person is the one that they needed to focus on, even though you did nothing wrong. Like Andrina did nothing wrong. She was kind of there, but they needed to support Taylor. So she ended up just, I can't remember what the word is. I can't remember no words or phrases today. Nothing is coming out.
I'm probably, if I said the word, I think I'm probably going to be using the wrong word.
Yeah, nothing is coming to me today. It'll come to me.
I was about to say background character. I don't think that's the right.
She's just like an extra in the main character story, Taylor and everybody else.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's like I keep wanting to say shorten the stick, but there's another phrase that I'm thinking of. It's just not coming out. But either way, poor Andrina. It didn't have to go that way.
Go ahead.
No, I was about to say I think that's all I got on that.
Yeah, the only thing was the Alondria response to the Ace interview. Alondria's tweet response to the Ace interview.
Yeah, so in the interview, as we mentioned, Ace did say he thought that. Well, he didn't answer the question. You know, sometimes it's a reply and you just have to, it's not like a direct reply, but you have to assume it's a reply because it happened right after and it kind of matches. Child. Anyway, my event at Tuskegee went amazing yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, it's given she unbothered.
Yeah.
So, would you assume that was shade towards
I don't think it's shade. I just think it's a response.
Ace? It's a response.
Yeah, it's like a response that's not going to cause more drama afterwards. But it's like, okay, that what he's saying is obviously not even true.
Well, I don't know. Is it given it's not true, or is it given I don't care what you think?
It's given I don't care what you think because who cares what you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like both
it could be true. It could be true. It's just like I don't care that it's true. You said what you said. Everybody said what they said. I'm moving on. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah.
So I don't even. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, but what would be true then? Because she, like I said, they never claimed to be anything real exclusive in the first place.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So she could be just saying, yeah. So what? Ace is right, and
yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or she could be saying, I'm just not worried about what Ace says. Either way, it's just unbothered. It's just getting unbothered.
Yeah. Well, okay. In that part we seen, she wasn't saying that, but there was other parts where he was like, yeah, they're like being mainly to not Alondria, but mainly to Nick, like he was being fake. So I don't think he would agree with that.
Well, this is Alondria. He was actually being very supportive of Alondria during the whole video.
Right. Yeah.
The whole interview.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And this is not Nick's reply. This is Alondria's reply.
Right. Yeah.
So she might be like, so what?
Yeah,
I'm still whatever I am. Like, this ain't affected me in no way, really. Mm-hmm. He didn't really he didn't do nothing to bring Alondria down. He did say that he felt some way about Nick, that their dynamic changed, but he said him and Alondria was still good. Mm-hmm. And that they were cool and all that. And he said he basically ain't trying to say nothing bad about Alondria. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's what I give it. Either way, she ain't bothered. Lachey Ash, who's that?
That's her Twitter handle, I guess.
Oh, okay. Cute.
X handle.
That's cute. Yeah, that's what she said, but I think it just means she don't care.
Yeah, I'm just no reason giving attention. Give it attention. I don't think so.
And they just say nothing. Anybody else say anything? Oh, and Ace is okay. So on the reunion, Ace goes. They're like, so is this or do you finally have a girlfriend or whatever? And he's just like. They said, so this will be your first girlfriend. He was like, yeah, and my last. So I was like, what does that mean? But forget about all that. He did say she would be his first girlfriend. I guess he didn't say she is my first girlfriend, but he said she would be my first girlfriend, and then he said, and my last. Mm-hmm. But then he goes in an interview with Speedy, and Speedy is like, so is it safe to say she's your girlfriend? He's like, I ain't saying all that. But he was just like, I'm not saying nothing. Ain't nobody gonna make me say nothing. Ain't nobody make me do nothing. I do what I want to do. I don't care what nobody thinks. And that's pretty much what he said to answer that question. But he's doing everything like they're a couple. So they're both doing everything like they're a couple. It doesn't look like he's even interested or looking at anybody else or interested. He seems to be very happy that he seems to be happy about what he got from being on the show, which was her. And he seems to be very into her. But I don't know why. I don't know what it is that'll make him say he's not going to say that's his girlfriend. I don't know what to think about that.
I think that's just him talking. I don't even think that's a big deal. Like,
I think he's just being stubborn. He just don't want anybody to tell him to say.
Yeah, like low key, that's how Ace is. He just has this, like, arrogant attitude all the time about stuff.
So it's almost like he's saying, well, I ain't gonna let you make me say it.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
feel like that's like what his response is.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the last thing he did say. We did go over, but he did say the other stuff about the show. He does regret going on. He said like 1,000%. He regrets all the narratives and all the other stuff that came. He was talking about how he was doing fine before the show. He was already kind of in his little. He had his little niche. He had his following. He went on the Jennifer Hudson show. I guess he's saying he already had what he needed before the show, and he actually went there to find love, and I guess he did find it, and that's the only part he doesn't regret. And I think that's a good place to leave it. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're gonna leave it there and let y'all have your lives back. Go ahead. We're good over here, y'all. Have a good day. Thank you for watching again. Like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Share the video if you want to share. If you want somebody to hear what we had to say or kind of interact, give us back their opinion. If somebody has something that they know that we said and you feel like this might be a good thing for them to hear, share it. Let them know. Anyway, that's it.